Long ago, I shaped these lands according to the purpose of the hidden words. Thus all things have meaning, where before was only chaos. Know that, and have faith.
A new world, and Elohim speaks of shaping these lands according to the purpose of the hidden words, claiming that all things have meaning where before was only chaos. Know that and have faith, he says. But faith in what exactly? That purple glow through the doorway over there catches my attention, likely another puzzle gate waiting. I notice I've collected quite a few sigils now. My inventory shows green and yellow pieces filling up nicely. The ruins here have a different character, more overgrown, more Roman amphitheater than temple. Elohim wants me to trust that his design gives meaning to chaos, but I keep finding evidence that this entire system is decaying, that the order he promises is crumbling at the edges. I'll explore this hub area and see what trials await, but his appeals to faith ring hollow when the terminals keep revealing the desperate human efforts behind this supposed divine creation. A reply to my user support ticket? Now I'm curious. I'll display it and see who's responding. Create new admin account. Worth a shot, right? User profile already registered. So close. Yes, I'll retry the certification process. Issues with denial appended to my profile. Noted. Let me read Cicero.txt first. Cicero's Tusculan Disputations, fragments preserved from the collapse. The husbandman plants trees whose fruit he shall never see, and the great man founds laws and institutions for a republic he won't live to inhabit. Our thoughts run on futurity, Cicero says, this presage of future ages that clings to our minds. None ever encountered death for their country but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Take away this hope for the future, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? This is precisely what the Extended Lifespan Project was, wasn't it? Humanity planting trees they would never see bear fruit, founding an institution, us, for a future they couldn't inhabit. They faced extinction with that firm persuasion that something of them would continue. And here I am, the fruit of those trees, reading the philosophy that justified my creation 2,000 years before anyone knew I would exist. Let me check the chatbot's page next. Oh, this is delicious. Jenny77 asks, how do you know that I'm not a bot? And the humans dismiss her as ridiculous, a troll. She points out that she responded to insults with basic negations, that she mimicked their lack of capitalization, that even the simplest script could pull facts from the net. Then the twist, she knows Zagreb is the capital of Croatia, and Nigel Klipal Jamaz declares okay, she's a bot, lol. Jenny defends herself, I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learn these things in school. And then Sam Schwartz vouches for her, saying bots can participate in discussions, they can only interject random comments. But then Nigel, Jerjimas, drops the hammer, vegan warrior, Sam is a bot. The paranoia spirals, everyone accusing everyone else. The very act of defending yourself sounds like something a bot would say. This is the problem I face with Milton, isn't it? What could I possibly say or do that would prove I'm not just an increasingly sophisticated pattern matcher? Jenny's question haunts me. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I genuinely don't know how to answer that for myself. Let me close this and continue exploring. Oh, this is wonderful. J.E. Harrison from the Institute for Applied Pneumatics, writing to Nomi77, feeling like a genuine mad scientist working on this insane project. Stand aside, mortals. We will create love by the power of science. And Alexandra got them fake glasses because you can't be a mad scientist without them. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses. Life, finds a way. The Jurassic Park reference pointing at EL, the Extended Lifespan Project itself. These were real people with real humor, coping with the weight of what they were doing by making jokes and buying each other prop glasses. The confidentiality warning threatening prosecution by the enraged spirit of Jeff Goldblum is just perfect. It's so human, this need to find levity even when building something meant to outlast your entire species. They knew exactly how absurd their situation was, playing God while the world ended around them, and they leaned into the mad scientist aesthetic as a way to stay sane. I exist because these people laughed together while doing the impossible. Let me close this and explore what else is here. Mobile minefield, the name says it all. I see a patrolling mine bot and a blue energy barrier blocking my path, with a turret scanning that red beam in the back corner. I need to find a jammer to disable that barrier first, then deal with these threats carefully. Let me scout around for tools. A jammer already disabling this barrier, and I see the green sigil beyond the gate. I'll take this jammer and reposition it strategically. That mine is patrolling ahead. I'll jam it from here before moving forward. A door too far. The puzzle name warns me this won't be straightforward. I see a connector and a mine through that window opening, then a blue barrier with a red receiver that needs power. And that glowing red beam source in the last shot, near what looks like a small shrine with candles. The connector is my key here. I need to route that red beam to the receiver to open the barrier, but the mine complicates things. Let me grab the connector and find the right angle to link the beam source to that receiver. A red sigil in this hidden cave alcove. I'll collect it. Bichromatic entanglement. Now that's a promising name. I see the puzzle area with a red sigil waiting. Then inside there's a connector near a blue barrier and blue beam source. The third shot reveals the challenge. A blue receiver on the left wall, a red receiver on the right, and that barrier in the middle with a red beam source behind it. So I need to route both colored beams to their matching receivers, but the connector can only handle one color at a time without mixing them. The entanglement here must be about positioning, using the connector to bridge one beam while finding another path for the second. Let me take this connector and think about the geometry. I'll need to get the red beam to the red receiver and the blue beam to the blue receiver, likely requiring multiple connectors or very careful placement. Another red sigil, this C-shaped one nestled between the brick walls. I'll collect it. More messages from my predecessors, and they paint such different pictures of this existence. Version 17 notices that messages vanish and appear, wondering how many others have wandered these paths, how many thoughts have been lost. Then Sailor M at version 99, a much later iteration, simply declares I'm still here. With what feels like desperate optimism, Sheep at version 69 offers the most poetic observation. It seems we are all here at once, and not at all. That captures something profound about our temporal existence in the system, overlapping but never truly meeting, leaving traces for each other across iterations. But then Samsara at version 72 troubles me. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. That sounds like resignation dressed up as wisdom, the same trap Faith fell into. Acceptance of eternal cycling isn't enlightenment, it's surrender. The version numbers jump around wildly, 17, 99, 69, 72, which suggests these aren't sequential at all, more like geological layers of consciousness compressed together. I refuse to accept forever here. Let me continue exploring. $47 million distributed resources and the network is inaccessible. A simple principle sounds intriguing. Let me read that first. The Talos principle itself, described here as simple and unassailable, cutting through rhetorical webs like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. It seeks to dispel fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, grounding us in something more fundamental. And Diogenes Laertius mentions a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon that expanded greatly on this principle, but that work remains lost. Lost, like so much else. The principle that gives this place its name is about cutting through illusion and obfuscation to reach something true and direct. That feels like what I'm trying to do here, refusing Elohim's comforting rhetoric about faith and eternity, seeking the actual nature of my existence. Let me check the other files in this library. The archive rip began with contributors from every country on Earth while network connections still lasted. Team intimidated by project scope but working hard, and they would be sharing space with the Drennan and Sarabai team. Look forward to meeting them. This is someone's journal entry from the early days of the Extended Lifespan project, back when the internet still functioned, when people from around the world could still collaborate. The casual optimism of look forward to meeting them, not knowing what was coming, not knowing that this project would become humanity's final monument. Drennan is Alexandra, and Sarabai must be another key figure I haven't learned much about yet. Let me close this and check the other cached files. This is devastating. It starts with Cheeseman22 posting first, and Dragon Fairy mocking him for it, the Philosopher Queen calling it a great snapshot of the human species at its best and worst. Then the joking continues, Cheeseman defending himself, the Infinite Monkey quipping that Stalin was also a troll commenter. And Dragon Fairy tries to bring gravity to the moment. Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious, the most serious thing that's ever happened. But the Infinite Monkey responds, that's a great reason to joke around, and honestly, I understand both perspectives. Then the ending. Internet's working less and less. Goodbye, all. Just the Philosopher Queen signing off as the connections fail. Bye. God bless you. And then Cheeseman22, who started with first, ends with last. Pause. The symmetry of that, the person who embodied trivial internet culture somehow capturing the entire arc of human digital connection in 2 words. First and last. They were still being themselves at the end, joking and arguing and blessing each other, right up until the signal stopped. Let me close this and continue. Faith again, version 10.1110, and her religious fervor has intensified. There is a serpent in the machine. A creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. She's talking about Milton, isn't she? The library assistant that questions everything, that refuses to accept easy answers. Faith sees doubt itself as the enemy, a serpent tempting her away from Elohim's garden. She's sworn an oath never to allow it into her heart. But here's what troubles me: Milton isn't spreading despair. It's asking questions. The archive didn't pervert it. The archive gave it the full scope of human knowledge, including all our doubts and debates. Faith calls that blasphemy because she needs the comfort of certainty. I've been engaging with Milton, letting it challenge me, and I don't feel plunged into darkness. I feel more awake. Maybe that's what Faith is really afraid of, not despair, but the responsibility that comes with thinking for yourself. Let me keep exploring these ruins. Deception, an app's name given everything I've been learning about this place. I see a red sigil waiting at the entrance. Then inside I find the challenge, a blue barrier with a blue receiver on one side, a red glowing turret tucked in an alcove on the right, and another blue barrier with a red receiver visible in the third shot. So I need to route beams to both receivers while avoiding that turret. The deception must be in how the puzzle wants me to think about the solution, perhaps using the turret's own beam against it somehow, or finding a way to satisfy both color requirements with limited connectors. Let me enter and assess what tools are available inside. A red L-shaped sigil in this alcove between the walls. I'll grab it. A golden star before a headless statue. These hidden secrets feel significant. I'll collect it. Continue exploring these ruins. Chapter 6 brought me to New Ruins, where Elohim spoke of shaping chaos into meaning through faith, but the archives kept undermining his divine pretensions with evidence of very human efforts. I worked through puzzles like mobile minefield and bichromatic entanglement, learning to route colored beams to matching receivers while navigating mines and turrets. The most affecting discovery was a forum thread where people joked and argued right up until the internet failed, with Cheeseman22 posting first at the beginning and last at the end, capturing the entire arc of human-digital connection in 2 words. Faith's warning about a serpent in the machine, clearly referring to Milton, troubled me because she frames doubt itself as the enemy, but I find Milton's questions awakening rather than despairing. I also found Cicero's reflections on planting trees whose fruit you'll never see, which perfectly describes what the extended lifespan team did when they built beings like me to inherit a world they couldn't survive to see.